Here's Brody Brazil.
You know, a lot of times in our current news cycle era, things come out on a Friday, especially a Friday afternoon, and for some reason they just don't hit the same way. They don't have the same traction. I don't know if people are distracted by the weekend or whatever, but such is the case for this piece of information. It did come out yesterday in the afternoon. It wasn't highly discussed, but this is super important for the Oakland A's now and in future years and probably even decades. Some information regarding Billy Beane and David Forst and front office restructuring. Here's the way the A's summarized it best. A's Executive Vice President of Baseball Operations Billy Beane will assume a new role as senior advisor to the managing partner, working closely with John Fisher on strategic decisions. In this new role, Beane will support the work of baseball operations now headed by General Manager David Forst. Kind of I don't want to say a promotion for David Forst, but he now is running the baseball ship. As for Billy Beane, he's been doing that as the general manager and then the executive vice president of baseball operations. Here's what Billy says. I'm incredibly proud of the 33 years I've spent here in Oakland, and I look forward to continuing with the A's in this new role. I'm eager to help guide the direction of the organization alongside ownership. He also went on to say, if I've done anything well during my time at the A's, it is to create a succession plan, and no one is more prepared to take the helm than David. It has been a privilege to work alongside him for all these years, and I look forward to continuing to be a resource for him. Here's what David Forst said. I couldn't have asked for a better leader, mentor, and friend than I've had for the last 23 years in Billy. I'm thrilled that he will continue to serve in all three capacities in this new role, and that I can rely on his guidance as we work every day to get better both on and off the field. One more thing to share with you here. It comes from John Fisher, A's team owner, and it's rare that we get a quote from Mr. Fisher, but here it is. Billy is and will always be an athletic. He is a trusted advisor to me, and I look forward to continuing to work closely with him on strategic initiatives that impact our club. This position at the ownership level allows Billy to pursue other non-baseball sporting interests while continuing to hold an important role with the A's and me. I'm also excited for David Forst to now serve as the head of baseball operations while still continuing his long and successful partnership with Billy. I think what needs to be summarized here is both of these individuals, Billy and David, highly deserving of promotions and recognition and commitment by the team. Like the team should commit to them as they have for multiple decades. So individually, for them, good for you guys, right? More secure, more long-lasting jobs, promotions, whatever you want to call it. But for you and I, and for the organization as a whole, this is a huge win to secure these two individuals, to keep them around for the long term. Quite honestly, when I saw a press release come out and the names Billy Beane and David Forst are in there, I'm a bit worried. Did they go somewhere else? Are they parting ways? Is something happening here? Because they are highly sought after individuals. They have a track record, and of all the things that, you could criticize the A's for or you could compliment them on, the one thing you could never criticize them for is finding talent. These two and all their people, don't get me wrong, I'm not just limiting this to Billy and David, but their entire scouting department, which, as you know, greatly featured in the movie Moneyball. It's been a core group of people who know how to find and procure and develop talent, and that's been evident with the A's over all these years. They've always brought up the right people. I think to summarize all this, no matter what change and transition the A's are in right now, rebuilding their baseball team, to have these two in the fold and in a major way and securing them and entrenching them with the A's is as important as it ever was. So I think that's great. And I also want to circle back to this. David elevated into the role of running baseball, and that's great. But Billy now jumping over to more of the business side, the franchise side of the Oakland A's, and obviously project number one on their list is Howard Terminal. Now, that's been something that team president Dave Cavill has been running, has been fronting for all of these last recent years. And I'm just wondering what Billy is going to do as part of the baseball side of operations. Now, it does sound, as Mr. Fisher's quote says there, that this promotion actually opens the door for Billy to stay with the A's, but also to pursue some other things that maybe he's been wanting to do. So maybe Billy's role in general just a little scaled back with the A's, and that's fine. But I'm curious if he'll have any involvement in the Howard Terminal project moving forward. Again, this is complete speculation by yours truly, and we will have the opportunity probably during winter meetings and a sit-down conversation to just ask about that and see exactly what his role and responsibilities will look like. But as for right now, like knowing what a big priority that is for the team, knowing, his track record of success just in a lot of things and negotiations in life, I don't know. Maybe he's part of that, maybe not. Maybe I'm way off there, but that'll be something interesting to follow. But again, summarizing what we absolutely do know, keeping these two around and promoting them is a huge deal, no matter how much attention it does or doesn't get. And yeah, it's not somebody new. This is not, new rules for people. Maybe it doesn't give you the splashiest headline, but securing them, that is the biggest part of all of this.